What's going on, y'all? My name is Norman Scott, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For me, this is a platform to share my creative eye for film, for music, documenting my life, sharing more about my story and journey, building businesses, failing, being creative, being a father, being a husband, and just trying things, you know. I think, I know rather that I'm called to create and to do various different things, blending creative mediums like technology and music and all types of stuff, to be able to share my perspective with the world. So that's just a little bit more about this channel. Do all the stuff, you know, like, subscribe, comment, critique, whatever the case may be. Let's talk more about my family. So I'm a father of two. I have two kids, Trey Scott, well, his name is Norman Lee Scott III, and then Sienna Whitney Monet Scott. Actually, 2024, my daughter was born, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. You know, I always wanted a girl, and I always wanted a girl because I knew I was going to have a boy, and I was like, I have a girl, and like, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Get the snip, be done. You know what I mean? And my son has been doing a phenomenal job being a big brother. I couldn't be more proud of him. You know, he's like literally like a copy paste of me, which is wild. He's into soccer, he's into baseball, he's very opinionated. He's all the things that I want him to be at this age. The question, to be mindful, it's very emotional. And what a privilege is it to be present in my child's life and to pursue my child, to love my child, to discipline my child, and also let him know that I love you more than that. It's so many different things. I've been thankful to be a parent thus far, to be able to really nurture my children, to give them what I wasn't given, be attentive to them, being able to show forth like repentance and, you know, being apologetic to your spouse and all types of stuff, things that, you know, some of us probably haven't seen. My wife's Christian Scott. We've been married for 5 years in August. Shout out to us. We're doing a thing. You know, that's been a very pleasant time and very rewarding time of just like seeing yourself and like the mistakes you make and like learning another person and becoming one. And I think because we spend a lot of time in our marriage and in dating, talking about various different topics and growing together, and our foundation and our faith, it's made marriage like a lot easier. Like, sure, there might be like struggles, like when marriage doesn't have certain issues. I do know, and I'm kind of recognizing this as I'm like talking to you guys, of like, I am very, very much guarded, because people have like hurt me and all types of stuff. So there's a lot of unlearning that I'm doing, of sharing, which also is like kind of cap. Like when you really know me, like I really do be talking about like everything. So that's kind of cap. So 2024 for me was really hard. It was a time that me and my wife thought things were going to go a particular way. I'll put it like that. You know, we had just got a house, beautiful house, right? Like, something that we didn't think that we would be able to do. But by the grace of God and just by saving money and, you know, being able to have community to help us move and all types of stuff, like we were able to get into this house. But as quick as it came is how quick it went. We moved in 2023 and we moved out 2024. So it was really hard for us. But what I noticed during that period of moving and transition and still going through that transition was how much there were things I just didn't want to do anymore. Like I don't care for corporate America anymore. I'm still gonna apply to them jobs though. I didn't care to sell myself short, if that makes sense. This is me trying all the things that I know I've been pushed to do. Like I know that I've been pushed to do filmmaking. I know I'm pushed to do and build Novum Labs. I know I'm pushed to do photography and express myself creatively and learn the tools and the methods to be able to best articulate myself. It's also been like a little bit hard to try something. And not hard because it's difficult, but hard because it's like unlearning certain things and beliefs about yourself, and you're trying something new. But for me, what was really important about last year and even this year was understanding that I am a creative. Like, even me saying that is like a step, and accepting that I'm a creative, it also allowed me to be very transparent with myself and others that, like, hey, I really like film. Like, I like photography, I like creative direction, I like these different things, and I have a natural once you just say I have a natural inclination and draw to these things, that if I go another like 5-10 years, or even maybe another year of not nurturing that, I'm not trying and testing and failing, I think it will go to the wayside. So that's kind of where, like, this kind of blend of this channel, is part documenting my family, documenting my life, documenting also building a tech company, and things that come with that, other entrepreneurial endeavors, but also this love for visual art, of learning what I don't know. I, for so long, thought that my position would be to support creatives, be an executive, be a manager, support creatives, and use all your marketing hoopla in your brain to best further someone else's career. I think it was after my layoff, and after starting Novum, and after waking up day in and day out of like, this shot would be dope, and this idea would be fire, and this, it just didn't stop. So for me, I'm like, I gotta do it. And there's a book that I have been reading, but also haven't read in a couple weeks. It's called The Artist Way. And it's about basically discovering that you are an artist. What stood out to me really was creatives oftentimes find themselves in positions that almost mask their creativity. So for instance, if you're a poet, or if you're musically inclined, or if you're artistically inclined, you might be like a museum curator, or you might be like an artist manager. And what I realized for me was like, like, that's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do find myself almost trying to make my creativity a side job or a side profession, or my entrepreneurial ideas and business plans a side endeavor, when it really should be the main thing. But one of the things I wanted to end with was this desire to die empty, right? And I hope you do, and I hope I do, is that when we're not here anymore, that we laid it out, right? We went out there and we pushed our body to exhaustion. As my manager would say on the court, but I'd be tired when we be hooping. But you get what I mean. Like, I want to be able to look back and know that, like, I did the idea that God gave me justice. Like, I went after it. It might not always see the light of day, but I was faithful, and I stewarded my time well. I stewarded my children well, my gifts well. I don't want to plant and not have something to show for it. So yeah, look, this is the end. Thank you. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for, being diligent and learning about my story and learning about my family. Like, subscribe, share. You know the drill. From me to you, with love. Peace. Hey, yeah. What you want to say?